Alright, welcome back. This is part 2, and I'm gonna continue where I left off from last time, of course, with this voiceover. Now, personally, I don't think I want to be all professional about these voiceovers. I just want to be casual and just explain what I'm doing. So, any so-called mistakes I made, I'll just leave it in, unless it's really, really bad, but I doubt it, so. So last time I wanted to grow rice, but I didn't get to that, so now I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take advantage of this water source, thanks to the crashed ship, and collect this clay, of course. I got this dirt from composting leaves, oak leaves specifically. So first I need to make a mattock, and that requires an axe head and a shovel head. Boom. There you go. Now I need 20 of these, so I need plenty of bone meal. Luckily I get some food out of this, so it's not entirely a waste. However, I need to make... Oh, I need to get grass seeds. It's kind of a pain. You need to sift dirt. So that's why I'm going to put these barrels outside and compost more dirt. I'm going to rearrange my tinker tables and stuff, just so I have more space. As you can see, I'm quite unlucky when it comes to getting grass seeds. I believe here, yeah, I get a sunflower seed. Gotta keep composting. There we go. Finally got some grass seeds. Now I can turn that in and get some toast. And I debate whether or not I should get tea seeds, cotton seeds. I think I clicked the cotton seeds just because I can craft string, make string, and I need wool. I don't have much wool. Just because I don't farm spiders very much in the beginning. Oh, never mind. I think I got a tea seed. Yeah, tea seed. Now I'm going to make the clay bucket and the unfired crucible, just so I can start producing water more efficiently and effectively. There we go, unfired crucible. I'm going to take the ingot cast. I triggered this enderman just so I can get a kill for quest purposes. Kind of a pain to kill and lure, but eventually I kill the enderman. That's a lot of damage. 5 hearts. So I already started making ingots, iron ingots for shears, and now I'm gonna start making gold, lead, copper, tin, silver, etc. And then I choose a leadstone thrusters just so I can make a jetpack. Jetpack is quite necessary and useful, especially since I'm gonna go explore cities pretty soon. Even though it's barely the second episode, I want to get the seared bricks so I can make a smeltery. Now I'm going to clear the area around the blazing pyrophium so I can place the crucible down. Though I fidget a lot with the area just because I'm a little bit picky on the way everything's set up. Of course, I didn't like the placement of that, so I need to make a pickaxe. Boom. I need to make the other part. Here you go. Tool bind. There we go. I'm gonna clear the pyrophium for now and place the crucible at a more desirable spot. It's a little dangerous, so I gotta be careful, but eventually I do place it down. So I had a clay bucket of water. I put it in one of the oak barrels, and then now I can take the water and turn in this quest. Another thing I want to do is put a hopper on top so that I can put stacks of leaves. I think eventually I'll put a chest too, but for now I'm gonna put a hopper. There we go. This right here is the beginning of an underground area that I'll dig for my base, which will take place a little bit later in the series, but it will happen, and I'll get a bunch of dust for sure. But for now, I'm just creating the starting point. There we go. I'm starting to realize that just letting that sift without any like omnidirectional hopper is becoming a problem because stuff will despawn, so I'll work that out later. Now it's time I make a transfer node, the item variant, and the pipes so I can get infinite cobblestone. That's the thing you can do in Crash Landing, which is great. Cobblestone is important for a lot of things in Crash Landing, like getting gravel and sand and dust as you use a hammer. Expensive early game just by all the redstone, but it's worth it. There we go. Arguably one of the most important things you can craft in Crash Landing. At least in the beginning, of course. Now here I was confused because I haven't, at the time of recording this, I was just confused on how to use all these mods after not playing modded Minecraft for a while. But then I figured it out eventually. Just not here. You need to make a cobblestone generator using lava and water, and I'll get to that in a moment. I was just experimenting because I didn't know what I was doing. The reason why I blocked off the pyrotheum was because I need to take the water out, and I couldn't take it out with any buckets or bottles, so I needed to remove it with a pickaxe. And I believe this is the beginning of the lava that I needed to make. Yep. As you can see, you can put cobblestone in the crucible and it'll make lava right there. And then I put another block so I can make a full bucket, which is 1000 MB. I didn't want to place the water first, so I wanted to do the lava first. So here we go. Take the lava out. Come over here, and I made a little spot for the cobblestone generator. You need to do this, otherwise the transfer node won't work. It won't do the infinite cobblestone trick. There you go. You place the transfer node, and there we go. Now we're getting cobblestone quite quickly for no upgrades, in my opinion. At least in the early game. I crafted some barrels because a default barrel can hold 4,096 items, I believe. I was running out of food here, so I needed to make some different food, soups for now. Not sustainable, but eventually I'll get into some other foods that are more helpful for my survival, I should say. Nourishing. There you go. It's better than spider eye soup, I think. Yeah, it is. Now it's the beginning of my little farm. This farm will definitely help me in the long run. Add more leaves to the crucible. Water generator, I should say. I swear, these flying spiders are quite annoying, so I had to eliminate them quickly. There we go. Now, this is the beginning of the farm. To make this grow more efficiently, I need to add a water bucket, which I'll go get right now. Place it here so that the grounds are saturated. There we go. I'm gonna remove this rice farm and relocate it over there. Now I'm gonna create a grass farm where I place grass seeds, and then I can use bone meal. But first I gotta water the grass and it'll spread. Pretty cool. And now I can get a variety of different fruits, fruit trees, just different types of stuff that you normally wouldn't get by sifting dirt. This will allow me to make better foods in the early stages up until I can start trading with villagers, of course. See, I even get flowers. Now, I got kiwi because I was curious if I could make kiwi jelly sandwich, and sure enough, you can. In fact, there are a lot of different recipes to make PB and fruity jam sandwiches. Kiwi is one of them. And then I started to realize, wow, there are a lot of things I can make in this mod pack, though. I don't have everything yet. Here I tried to make dough, I think, but I didn't realize that I needed to grind down the flour or the rice to make flour, rice flour. Yes, you can make rice flour. It's pretty cool. And the other mistake I made here is I forgot the mixing bowl. I needed a mixing bowl in order to make the dough. It was a learning process for the most part. Just trial and error and crafting recipes. Bam. Now I put it into the furnace and it'll turn into bread, which is great for the early game. As you can see, without the watering can, we would not be able to grow anything for a long time. And the one thing I realized here is that bone meal is just better. It's not efficient because it's only so much bones that I have, or bone meal that I can collect from sifting dust. So over time, the problem with bones that I have, the shortage I have with bones, persists. And it gets a little worse and worse and worse, as you'll see in future episodes. Now here's my other mistake. Instead of making jam, I made juice, I believe. And for jam, you need sugar, which I didn't have any, so I needed to grow sugarcane. I don't know if you saw in the chest, but I did have sugarcane seeds. I just need to plant it. After realizing my mistakes, I'll eventually plant sugarcane seeds. I add more dirt to the grass area where I can grow for random stuff. And now here's a sugarcane. Pretty cool. And there's proof that it actually grows with the watering can. Now I have the sugar. I just need the saucepan. Sugar, grapes. There we go. I combine it with the peanut butter and jelly. Boom. I got this bronze sword piece from a quest. I'm just trying to figure out what I can use to make a weapon. Not a fan of the dagger because the range and the damage is not great. I looked at it and I was like, wow, the durability is quite low. It is what it is. And then I realized you could do that. Launch yourself backwards. It's pretty fun. I was looking at the rewards for the quest involving using a grindstone. Thinking what I wanted to do. It's like, whoa, pink slime. I don't know how I got there, to be honest. As you can see, using a crucible is way more effective than using a furnace. Just because it can collect up to 8,000, I think, or 8,400 millibuckets of water. Fresh water, not salty water. Here I make a cobblestone tower so I can get a stack of gravel. Takes a while, but worth for now. The purpose of collecting a stack of gravel at this stage was to start the pulverization of iron and nickel and copper, gold, silver to make the blends like electrum, invar, etc. I needed to make space to collect the raw materials I got from sifting gravel so far, and I got a diamond, which is quite rare, 1% chance. I was looking for cobblestone and I realized I didn't have any cobblestone in any of my chests, so I needed to collect a stack from the item. I would say infinite cobblestone generator, but transfer node item thingy. Looking at the Invar blend, I realized it's the most difficult one to make at that moment just because I didn't have enough nickel. I didn't even have that grindstone ready yet, but I didn't have enough nickel. Realizing that I am low on like nickel and these other metals, I decided to make a machine that would like automate the block placement and breaking of cobblestone to sift gravel. And I needed to use a block placer. I think it was from Open Blocks. Get out of your spider. I'm not sure how I got silverfish stone, but I did. I was trying to figure out where the best place is for the gravel producing machine, but I realized I needed an omnidirectional hopper. So of course I need to make TNT so that I can blow up iron to get compressed iron. Not very efficient because you can lose iron, but I didn't have a pneumatic craft pressure chamber system. So yeah, you gotta do what I can in the early stages. I mean, this is barely part 2, so I'm really thinking ahead here. I didn't want to waste one iron on flint and steel, so I wanted to make a redstone torch. I smelted more iron, and now you'll see that it will turn into compressed iron. And I got lucky because I got 5, which is enough to make one omnidirectional hopper. Block placer. Now this is not the setup I wanted to go with. I was just experimenting with the block placer. So how it would work is the block placer would need a continuous redstone signal constantly placing cobblestone blocks, and then the autonomous activator would use a hammer to smash the cobblestone into gravel and then the gravel would be collected via omnidirectional hopper and sent to a chest for later processing. I was just experimenting. I didn't really know what I was doing. I needed to figure out how to make stuff work. So I decided to make a ugly looking cobblestone platform. Doesn't really matter right now. I'm just trying to survive. Now the issue here is I need a redstone, like a continuous redstone signal, to tell the block placer to continue placing cobblestone. However, I didn't realize that there was a redstone clock at the time, so for now I used a basic infinite loop redstone signal, but I realized it was too close, so I needed to move it back. It worked for the most part. No, I made the same mistake again. I need to place it further back. Yeah, there you go. Now, as long as I have cobblestone inside the block placer, it would always place blocks until it runs out. I put the hammer in the autonomous activator, and now you'll see it's producing gravel for me. I put the omnidirectional hopper down. I just need some chests. Yes, I did make a fish sandwich. I didn't show that on camera just because it's a fish sandwich. I mean, I already ate it. What does it matter? Now, slowly but surely, it will start giving me gravel. The primary goal here is to get enough diamonds to make a diamond hammer so that I can smash a bunch of gravel and get more resources. Because stone hammers don't have enough durability. Until I realized later on that using a diamond hammer is not necessarily worth it. Just because I didn't have enough diamonds going for me. And I wanted to make diamond armor too. So I really needed to start collecting and hoarding as many diamonds as I can. Now you can see I have the nickel gravel ore, and I'm going to start making the alloys like Invar, Electrum, and Bronze, I think. Tinker's alloy blend. Okay. See, I already have the pulverized nickel. I need to use a grindstone to pulverize the iron because I don't have a pulverizer yet. This is what I have to work with. And that's all the blends. Now I need to make 3 more Invar. I just need to collect more nickel to get the hardened tank and Invar shears. I've been using iron shears, which is not as good. Probably a little bit wasteful in my opinion because it has less durability than Invar shears. But I didn't have nickel yet, so I had to work with what I had. But now I'm smelting the Invar blend. I should get Invar ingots to make both the hardened tank and the Invar shears. But first, I started to make the fluid duct, item duct, and the leadstone energy conduits. Another problem I had is that I didn't have glass readily available, so I needed to always break down cobblestone into gravel and then gravel into sand to get glass. Boom. Not bad for the rewards, and I don't have to make another tank. I just use that tank and use the invar to make the hardened tank. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hardened tank. 1, 2 shears. There we go. Just enough. I went with that. I just didn't have enough redstone. And then I used the fluid ducts and the tank, hardened tank, so I can pipe all the water into the tank so I can have more storage and produce more water, hold more water too, while I do other things for my survival. Excuse the unnecessary amount of pipes, but just wanted to look relatively okay, or decent looking. For now, I use the redstone torch so I can pump out the water. There we go. Here I was trying to get a greater variety of seeds from the dirt that I had composted, and I let that run for the time being. And now I have this water bucket, and I'll use that to start growing sugarcane, because sugarcane is very much needed in order to make jelly, and use that jelly to make jelly and peanut butter sandwiches, depending on the type of fruit that I use, such as grapes, strawberry, kiwis, mangoes, papayas, you name it. And thank God for the watering can. Without this, I don't know how I would manage, because bone meal at the time was just not unlimited. I didn't have a farm yet. I didn't have a grinder, mop grinder. Here I'm making more sandwiches, and I'm going to make a new kind. First I'm going to make the classic PBJ, and I believe the other one is strawberry. Gotta let the dough cook though. Now you can see the redstone, infinite redstone clock. It's working, I just need the actual redstone clock from Open Blocks. Now this task will get repetitive, shearing the leaves, and in the future, I'll find a way to automate this so I don't have to worry about having to shear leaves for water. Though it takes quite a while to get there, but it happens. I always like to go outside to collect more resources because I'm always running out of bones. And I like to collect the arrows. Yes, the baby zombie has a bow, which is very annoying. Now this is really fun, going backwards like this. Though I believe it still wastes hunger. It's fun nonetheless. Alright, that concludes part 2. I made a lot of progress. Though I still got a lot to do, a long ways to go. However, I'm still alive, and I haven't died yet, which is great. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.